Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome for what looks to be a beautiful day for baseball today here from CCBC Essex Stadium. It's the Knights hosting the Cardinals of crosstown intra-campus rival CCBC Catonsville. I'm Rocco Geppi alongside Byron Reed. We'll have the call for you this afternoon. Both managers are meeting with the umpires at home plate right now. So we're going to go ahead and get you the starting lineups. We're going to start with Catonsville coming into this game as the road opponent. Leading off is going to be number 2, Brady Adam. He'll be doing the pitching, and if and when he is relieved later in the game, he'll stay in as the DH. Batting second is third baseman Joe Malagari. Batting third, Carl Colbert Jr. He'll be playing shortstop. Batting cleanup is going to be the first baseman Ed Nottingham. Batting fifth will be the catcher, Matt Thomas. Batting sixth, Dalton Swanger. He'll be in left field. Batting seventh is center fielder Emmanuel Jimenez. Batting eighth is going to be right fielder Matt Shepard. And batting ninth will be the second baseman Avery Rosania. Doing the pitching, as I mentioned, for the Cardinals today, Byron, Brady Adam.
And the starting pitcher for today for the Knights is Caleb Smith. He comes into today with a 6.33 ERA. It's a little above what you want to see, but hopefully Essex can keep the Catonsville offense stifled and get that ERA to go down for Smith. I'm looking forward to a great game today, Rocco. Hoping for some good baseball.
All right, so there's the opening lineup there for Catonsville. They're going to be up first for the Knights, the home team. Corey Lewis batting leadoff in right field. J.D. Brock will bat second. In left field, center fielder Mitch Fife will bat third. Batting fourth is going to be today's second baseman Luke Nakic. Batting fifth is going to be catcher Chase Montanez, followed by the shortstop Handy Rodriguez. Batting seventh, first baseman Michael Fisher. Designated hitter Cecilio Santos will be batting eighth, and batting ninth will be the third baseman Nick Leone, and they will take on Cardinals pitcher Brady Adam this afternoon.
And as for Adam, he comes into today with an ERA of 8.84. So looks like both teams are going to want to try to keep the other offense off the board here to help their pitchers' ERA go down a little bit. We might be in for some fireworks today.
All right, so there you have both lineups. Game time on its way. We'll be stepping aside here for just a moment as they finish with the ground rules here at CCBC Essex Stadium. We'll have the first pitch in just a few moments. All right, we're back live. Caleb Smith out on the hill for the Knights, getting his warm-up tosses in. And Catonsville pitcher designated hitter Brady Adam will lead off for the Cardinals. Coming into the game, the Cardinals overall 16-1 on the season, and the Knights 10-21. But in the Region Division 2, Cardinals are 4-4 and the Knights are 4-6, just a game back of the Cardinals. A very tight division race right now, where Frederick leads the division with a 6-1 record, followed by Cecil at 8-4, Anne Arundel with 7-4 record, the aforementioned Catonsville Cardinals at 4-4. CCBC Dundalk at 5-6, Allegheny at 3-4, the Knights 4-6, and rounded out by Garrett College with a 3-5 record in the division, and College of Southern Maryland at 2-8. So very tight after you get past the first couple of divisional opponents in this standings. Smith getting final couple of tosses in. Throw down to second base from Montanez. And Adam will step up to the plate, the left-handed hitter. Waiting for the Knights to finish. They break their team huddle. Adam's set to go. The sophomore from Olney, Maryland, digs in, and Smith will deliver his first pitch of the afternoon, a swinging strike, and we're underway this afternoon with a first pitch time of 3:37. Here's Smith's second delivery outside for ball one. Looked like it had a little bit of the plate, must have been low. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Adam. Swung on, grounded, foul. Smith ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball, evens the count at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Adam. Smith goes into his windup, the pitch. Swung on a high fly ball to right. Lewis backing up. Has room, reaches up. It goes off his glove. Lands on the warning track. Adam on his way to third, and he will be in with a leadoff triple to get this contest started. Lewis didn't look like he took the best route to that ball. Almost hauled it in. Had to go off the top of the glove. And the opposing pitcher and designated hitter, Brady Adam, leads the game off with a triple. Here's the third baseman, Joe Malagari. I'd agree. Not the place you want it with 2 strikes, but he went down and got it and gave it a ride. Malagari. Try and bring him home from third. Here's the first pitch, right back to the pitcher. Smith sends the runner back to third before throwing Malagari out at first. So 1 down on 1 pitch to the third baseman. That'll bring up Carl Colbert Jr. Colbert out of Clinton, Maryland. Digs in, runner on third. Smith goes from the set. The pitch in the dirt. Colbert lays off for ball 1.
Yeah, and they've got a runner in scoring position early on. Let's see if they can get him in. They're going to need that run to get their momentum started on offense.
Leadoff triple, you gotta get that run in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It'll go to 2-0. Now to Colbert.
It's a good block back there by Montanez to get his glove on the ball and prevent it from getting past him. If they got past, we'd have been looking at an early Catonsville lead.
Colbert is a threat, comes into the game with a 367 batting average, leads the team with 9 homers and 29 RBI. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball. Foul. Right by Nick Leone, the third baseman and third base coach of the Cardinals, and head coach Dan Blue. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Caleb Smith trying to battle his way back in this at bat. To the hard-hitting Colbert. Sets at the chest. Now the pitch. Curveball fouled off. Count even at 2. 2 batters ago, this is where he lost Brady Adam, went down and got the pitch down and in from the left-hand batting box and led the game off with a triple. Milagri grounded back to the pitcher, and now it's Colbert with 1 down, 2 ball, 2 strike count, trying to get the runner in.
Exactly what you want to do here. Wait for your pitch, get a good one here, drive it out to the outfield and get a sac fly even. That'll work.
Well, Smith has what he likes now. Kicks and fires. Curveball into left field. It will be dropped. Bruck couldn't handle it. I think the run would have scored anyway. And Colbert will end up at second on the error. So Adams scores to make it 1-0 Catonsville. And Colbert ends up at second base after Bruck came in on that ball, tried to make a basket catch, just couldn't make it. I think the runner from third was coming home anyway. So it is 1-0. Colbert gets the second.
Balls there though from Smith, and that time Colbert made him pay for it.
And starts him off low and outside for ball 1. Ed Nottingham at the plate now, third baseman. Sophomore, played his high school ball at Mount St. Joe's. One-0 ground ball through the shortstop third base hole. Here comes Colbert. He's being waved home. The throw from Bruck in left field is not going to be in time. And on the throw, Nottingham goes to second. It's now 2-0 Cardinals.
That's good heads-up base running there. Getting in just ahead of the throw to make it a 2-0 ball game. And on the back end there from Nottingham getting the second, advancing.
Matt Thomas will come to the plate for the Cardinals now, the catcher. Cardinals lead it 2-0, and Smith starts him off with a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Smith has the pitch he wants. Checks the runner at second. Now he'll throw. And that one is fouled off over top of the third base home side dugout. 2-strike count now to Thomas.
He fought off a tough pitch there, and now he's got to try to find a pitch he likes and take it somewhere. Try to get that runner over to third or possibly even score.
1 out. Thomas, the 5th hitter this inning. 0-2, going to be protecting. Montes sets up on the outside corner to the right-handed hitter. He goes to second base. Nakic bobbles it at first, recovers, and gets the out at first base. Over to third goes Nottingham, but now there are 2 down. And Swanger will step up to the plate for the Cards.
Good recovery there by Nakic to bobble it the first time, but not bobble it the second time and get the short out at first base. But the runner moves over to third now with 2 outs on the inning.
So 2 outs. Dalton Swanger will step up to the plate. Swanger, 6'2" sophomore out of Salisbury, Maryland. He'll be in left field today. Here comes the first offering from Smith is fouled off the end of the bat by Swanger for strike 1.
And this is a big at bat here. If you can get your starter to have an early lead to work with, that's just going to make it a lot easier for him to pitch to start the game.
No balls, 1 strike. Smith eyes the runner at third from the set. The pitch, good curveball for strike 2. Probably the best curveball he's thrown this inning. Good count to throw it, and he threw a quality curve.
Let's see if he goes to it again. His last time he did, they made him pay for it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third. The Cardinals lead it here in the top of the first, 2-0. There are 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another curveball strikes him out to end the inning, but the damage is done. 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 hits. And we'll head to the home half of the first. Cardinals lead 2-0. Back live here, heading into the bottom of the first. The Knights in an early deficit as the Cards got 2 in there to start the game off. Corey Lewis will lead it off, followed by J.D. Bruck and Mitch Fife here in the first inning. All 3 right fielders batting in succession in the top of this lineup, trying to get things going early. Brandon Wiltshire, first base coach for the Knights, and head coach and third base coach Mike Carter, 90 feet away in the opposite direction. Corey Lewis comes to the plate, comes in with a .298 average, .443 on-base percentage this season in 28 games. Brady Adam, left-hander on the mound, 6'2", delivers his first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. And if that's where he's going to keep it this afternoon, it's going to be hard for these Knights to barrel the ball up. Works quickly now. Ball low to the right-handed hitting Lewis. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, like you said, he was going to keep working that pitch low and away. It's going to be very difficult for the Essex hitters to do anything with that pitch.
Lewis fouls this one off the first base side dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Lewis. You hear the Knights head coach Carter down at third telling Lewis to trust his hands. That was a high curve called for a strike 3. Lewis watched it go across his chin, and home plate umpire rung him up, 1 down for the Knights.
It looked like Lewis tried to hold back there on the swing, but the umpire thought he went around. I have to disagree, but those check spins are always close.
I think he called him on the pitch. Yeah, on the pitch. Strike 1 to Bruck, who's now in there. And he got the first base umpires down there in position, so he would have appealed to him on the swing. Bruck stepping up. not having the sophomore season he would want to have had as he watches ball one bounce in the dirt. Brock last season finished the year with a 340 average, 432 on-base percentage, and a 436 slugging percentage. Comes into this game batting 253, 364, and 307 is his current slash line. He's looking to rally the last dozen or so games before the regional tournament, get things turned around. There's a pitch just off the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Brock. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Like you said, Brook's coming in here with a pretty good average to start the game.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to the sophomore from Bel Air, Maryland. Looking to get aboard. Waiting on deck has definitely been the hammer of this team this year, Mitchell Fife. Mitch Fife leads the team with 7 home runs, 30 RBI. And the umpire got a little antsy there, called strike 3. And in actuality, it is strike 2. So strike taken. Full count now on Brock. The big lefty winds, and the pitch grounded to second base. Good play made by Rosanea, and it goes 4-3 on the putout. Brock grounds out to second. So 2 down. Mitch Fife will come up to the plate. As I said, leads the team, 7 home runs, 30 RBI. He's also batting .324, 600 slugging percentage coming into this game. Swinging strike, good off-speed pitch there by Adam.
Yeah, Fife is definitely swinging a hot bat right now, and he's going to want to keep that going, especially since Catonsville got out to an early 3-0 lead.
A second straight breaking ball right there to Fife. Hasn't shown him the fastball yet. 0-2. And he'll ring him up outside corner with the fastball at the knees. The Knights go in order, 1, 2, 3, heading into the top of the second. It's Cardinals 2, Knights 0. Yeah.
And we are back here at CCBC Essex. Catonsville's out to a 3-0 lead, and stepping in is Emmanuel Jimenez for Catonsville. First pitch is bounced to the plate, outside, ball 1.
Byron Jimenez comes into the game at .272 average, .306 on base percentage, .359 slugging. Not huge numbers.
Second pitch is on its way, grounded foul to the third base side. So it's 1-1 here for Jimenez. Jimenez, a sophomore from Orlando, Florida, from Oak Ridge High School. Sitting at 6'5", 210 pounds. Stepping in for the third pitch of this at-bat. Smith ready now. Lined up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Pitch. It looked like he took a little bit off that one and listed at 6'5". Jimenez, probably one of the taller center fielders in the league, wasn't ready for something like that.
1-2 count now. Ball's high and outside. 2-2.
I think that's where I put that pitch too, Byron. Try and get the tall righty to chase something out of the zone. Still have a couple of pitches to work with here with the 2-2 count.
Exactly. Looks good as it's high up in your eyes. Pitch now. Grounder to shortstop. Picks it up. Throw over to first. And there's one away to start the inning.
Rodriguez out there playing at shortstop in place of the injury, to the Knights, Ben Murray. So Rodriguez getting some time out there. Took a little bit more time than I think his coach wanted to see. Probably a lot of people holding their breath on that bench on that throw, but still made the fundamental play, got over to first for the out. Good play.
Very good play indeed. And now first pitch to Matt Shepard. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Rodriguez throw over to first. Stays on the bag and gets the second out of the inning.
Yeah, it never fails the curse of the broadcasters. They start talking too much about you, and the ball just happens to find you. But a nice, quick 2-out inning for Smith, who had his first inning elongated by the Cardinals offense, up against the lower third of the batting order right now. And Avery Rossiniak stepping up.
Yep, Avery Rossiniak stepping up, coming into the game with a .250 batting average. First pitch from Caleb Smith is outside, ball 1. Second pitch now from Caleb is on its way. That one's a strike, caught the bottom corner of the zone to the outside.
I like that mentality. Started him off outside. Didn't want to give in to him early in the at-bat. Went right back outside. Just brought it in a little bit more.
That's a hot one to left field. Bruck makes the play out there to end the inning. That's a hot shot there out there to Bruck, but he got over there, showed some range, made the play to end the top half of the inning for Catonsville. Going into the bottom half of the second inning, score is still Catonsville 3, Essex 0. All right, we're back here at CCBC Essex. Luke Nakic is getting ready to start the bottom half of inning number 2 for the Knights. Pitch from Adam is in there for strike 1.
Nakic has got a lot of playing time this season. 295, 382, 432 slash line coming in. 2 homers and 13 RBI.
The second pitch misses inside. Now it's 1-1 count. Pitching quickly here. Strike 2 there to Nakic. Adam, we've seen him work pretty quickly in these first 2 innings.
Yeah, no doubt. You hear our scoreboard operator talking in the background, and he is absolutely right as that pitch is fouled straight back. Adam works very quickly on the top of that mound.
And that could be a bit of a disruptor for a hitter. Most hitters anyway, like to take their time in the batter's box to get themselves set. But when you're not allowing them to do that as a pitcher, that can definitely mess with their confidence. And it seems like that's happening right now, as it's 2-1 count here. Adam pitch on its way. Thought it was going to be a strike, but nope, misses high and outside. Counts even at 2.
Yeah, still trying to get used to this umpire's zone early on.
A shot there. First base makes the play over to pitcher Adam covering. And he got him at first. So great job there from Nottingham to get over there, make the play, to throw over to Adam covering. That's a bit of PFP for you.
Yeah, I think that was a good play by Nottingham. He got caught up in a position of, should I dive? Should I go to the ground a little bit? Or shouldn't I? The ball was hit just slow enough for him to slow down that decision. He made the right decision, went to the ground, and Adam doing a brilliant job covering the first base side as he gets strike one there. Excuse me, to Montanez.
Yep, Chase Montanez now up at the plate. Second pitch on its way, misses inside, 1-1 count. Montanez digging in for a second pitch at bat. It's high. 2-0 count to Montanez. 2-1 count to Montanez.
Montanez like to get that batting average heading in the north direction, batting just 229 right now.
Strike 2 is that one is low. Umpire called it a strike anyway. Now we're back even at 2. Montanez so far in the bat showing a good eye up there. You know, with the first 2 pitches, but 2-2 pitch on its way. Popped up to the second baseman, Rosania. He makes the play, and we're down to 2 outs.
Yeah, kind of jammed him on that one. Montanez, not really much he could do with that. Got fisted and just popped it up to the infield, and Rosania making a good play on it.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to hit when it's jammed inside of your hands like that. Handy Rodriguez looking to get something started here for the Knights as he comes up with 2 down in the inning. First pitch, curveball, misses low in the zone, ball 1.
This is only the 13th at bat for Rodriguez, who just got inserted last weekend at shortstop. He's 6 for 12 coming into the game. He has 4 RBI as he fouls that one off on the inside.
And now Rodriguez is down in the count 0-2. So he's going to have to protect here and swing anything close, try to keep this inning alive for the Knights. They've not shown a lot of offense so far. As pitch on its way, ground ball over to the third base side, but it's foul. Count's going to remain at 0-2. 1-2 count to Rodriguez. Drop third strike. Make throw over to first is good. And that's 3 outs for the Knights. So the Knights do nothing in their bottom half of the inning as well. We head to the third with the score still Catonsville 3, Essex 0. We'll be right back here at CCBC Essex Stadium.
Back live. Adam will lead it off for the Cardinals here. Top of the third. Cards lead it 2-0. Here's the pitch from Smith. And Adam misses on his bunt attempt. Strike one. Adam, first at bat, began the game with a leadoff triple. He would later score on Colbert's E7 to get the Cardinals on the board. The 0-1 pitch is outside to the left-handed hitting pitcher designated hitter to even the count at 1. Smith goes into his wind. Now the pitch. Ground ball to first. Baby hop to Fisher, who steps on the bag for out number 1.
Yeah, it was a great play over there by Fisher. He could play on the ball and make the stab really over there. It was kind of a tough play, but good job there corralling it and stepping on first for the first out of the inning.
Malagari, the third baseman, is up now. He's got the postseason hair and the postseason beard to match. Smith looks in, got the sign he wants, winds and delivers. Ground ball through. Rodriguez, a good play deep in the hole and got him. It got by the third baseman, Leon, who was trying to cut it down and raging with the back plant foot on the outfield grass. Rodriguez guns down Malagari for out number 2.
Fantastic play there deep in the hole by Rodriguez. That's a really tough throw to make from all the way from pretty much close to left field for that matter. Really good throw to get the second out of the inning.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt when you're 6'3" either. Here's Colbert now, 2 down. He'll take strike 1 on the inside part. Two down here in the top of the third, 2-0 Cardinals. Smith delivers. Ground ball to third. Leon, couple of steps, throws over to Fisher, who brings down the high throw. And for the first time today, the Cardinals go 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Cardinals 2, Knights 0. Back live here, bottom of the third. Knights trail the Cardinals 2-0. Mike Fisher will lead it off, first baseman. The sophomore. Fisher last season, most of his playing time came as a pitcher. Very limited time. Did have 38 at bats, batted just a .05 as he looks at ball 1. Fisher now the primary first baseman for this year's team. Here comes the pitch from Adam. Swing and a miss. Adam really popping the glove this afternoon. Thomas back there just putting down the signs and waiting for it to come on in. Here's the pitch straight back to us. Yeah, we got a cage. Don't worry about it, Byron. We're good.
Natural reaction. Natural reaction over here. You got to keep the reflexes sharp.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Fisher. Santos waits on deck. Leon in the hole. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Adam.
Adam is grooving now on the mound. That's his third strikeout already in this one. He's showing some impressive stuff. So see if he can keep it up.
So that'll bring Santos to the plate. Santos started the season off hot, has cooled down, just a 236 average, high and tight there. Nearly got out of the way for ball one.
That's not what you want to see in the first pitch of your at bat. I'll tell you that much. That'll wake you up.
So here's the 0-1. High, ball two. So Santos, 2 balls, no strikes to a pitcher that was seemingly cruising coming into this inning. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 to Santos, the designated hitter for the Knights today. Adam hangs that foot up there. Strike 2. Went into his windup and let that right foot just hang there for a little while. Evens the count at 2. That curveball stays high, so a full count now for Santos. Just looking to get on base. Leon on deck. Corey Lewis in the hole should the inning continue.
Yeah, the Knights got to find a way to get on base because they've been shut out so far here on the offensive end.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, fouled off down the right field line. We'll do it again.
Exactly what you want to do with 2 strikes. Make the pitcher work a little bit and try to find a pitch to your liking and drive it somewhere for a base hit.
So here's our second attempt at the full count. Pitch from Adam. In the dirt, ball 4. So Santos works a 7-pitch walk to give the Knights their first base runner of the afternoon.
Really good patient at bat there from Santos. He fought a few tough pitches and avoided a pitch in the first pitch of the at bat, and now he's rewarded with the walk. Let's see if the Knights can do something with that now with just 1 out in the inning.
Santos, I can guarantee you, is going nowhere. Here's the pitch to Leon. He'll take a strike. I haven't looked down at the stat sheet, but I'm pretty sure Santos has 0 career stolen bases. I'm gonna double check anyway here. And I don't see any. That ball fouled up, coming back, and gonna fall. That's a tough play for Thomas to try and make, as it didn't have quite the amount of airtime you would like it to have for a catcher to get back on a ball. Fouled straight back, and there's a lot of foul territory behind home plate here at Essex.
Yeah, so if a ball does find its way back here, Thomas may have another chance to get one on the next occasion.
0-2, Santos on first. He had the 1-out walk. Leon trying to battle back here in this at bat. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a vicious breaking ball. That one started out on the outside corner, and before you know it, it was at Leon's shoelaces. Out number 2. 4th strikeout for Adam.
He just keeps continuing to show off his impressive pitching skills today.
Here's Lewis. He struck out his first time up. 2 down runner on first. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1.
And I know it's early, but if Adam keeps pitching like he is, Essex may not see a whole lot of offense in this one.
1 ball, no strikes. There's a pitch. High strike called again. We've seen it all afternoon. There's no use of being upset over the call. You know, we're a good probably 20 batters into the game now. You know that high strike's going to be called. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the curveball. 1-2. Lewis trying to avoid a second strikeout in as many at-bats this afternoon.
And with a runner on, you're going to want to try and make something happen here, even with 2 outs. Let's see what happens here in this next pitch.
Ground ball to second. Throw over the first will end the inning. Rosanya, easy play for him. Took about 2 steps to his left. Gathered it and threw to first to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, and a man left. We'll head to the top of the 4th. It's still Cardinals 2, Knights 0. All right, we're back live, heading into the top of the fourth inning. Cardinals lead it 2-0. And here to tell you all about it, Byron Reed will have the call this inning.
Thank you, Rocco, for that introduction. As we get started here in the fourth inning, starting with Ed Nottingham, first baseman for Catonsville.
Nottingham comes in with a 311, 348, 456 slash line. He also has 3 home runs and 23 RBI. His RBI are second on the team.
First pitch to him is low for ball 1. And we've seen a good amount of offense so far from Catonsville. Early got out to a 2-0 lead. Pitch to the at bat. Misses outside. Now it's 2-0 count to Nottingham. Third pitch of the at bat. Ground ball, chopper. Over to first. It's high. So Leon cut the throw off to try to get over there to first. Throw was high over his head, and as a result, the runner is going to advance to second on the error.
Yeah, Leon definitely made the right decision. Cut in front of Rodriguez to take the better angle, and just didn't set his feet properly. The elbow was underneath. It was just nothing went right after he made the decision to cut the ball off. Just a poor throw, and now the leadoff man is at second base with no outs.
And Catonsville has a chance here with no outs to get a third run here in the game as Matt Thomas steps up for a second at bat of the game. He grounded out to first his last time. First pitch of the at bat is a strike on the inside corner there, and it's a 0-1 count.
Yeah, it looked a little bit tight to be a strike. I'm not sure if was that generous call or not. I mean, Thomas does stand quite close to the plate. He kind of backed off of that one, so we'll have to see if Smith continues to pound him inside.
Deals now. Ground ball gets through.
That's a ground ball with eyes right there.
Yep, had eyes, and that means Nottingham's going to come around to score. And Thomas is now on first with an RBI single.
You can't do that. You saw that he couldn't handle the fastball inside on the first pitch, and you try and get cute and throw something on the outer part. And Thomas didn't do anything special there. He just put the barrel of the bat on the ball. The ball found a spot up the middle past Nakic, and they get their third run of the afternoon.
Yeah, sometimes you overthink yourself out there on the mound. That might be a case of that happening. But Catonsville now has a 3-0 lead with a runner on first, and just no outs here in the inning. And now stepping up is Dalton Swanger. Strike one as he swings and misses through the first pitch of the at-bat.
Let's see if he learned from his mistake with the last hitter. You saw the good off-speed pitch there on the outside part of the plate to the right-handed hitter. You got to go back to that. You got to, maybe put it outside about a half inch to an inch more, but you got to go back outside. And you see Montanez is lining up there.
Smith deals.
He missed his spot. That's a
and that ball is going to be fair down the left field line in the corner. Buck with the throw. Throws in, and it's going to hold Thomas there at third. But Swang is going to get a double here. So now there's 2 runners on with no outs. Catonsville threatening.
That was just a case of Smith missing his spot there, Byron. Montanez set up outside for it, and he missed entirely. That ball came inside to Swanger, and Swanger turned on it quickly. So second and third, nobody down. Not a good recipe, and Jimenez coming to the plate.
Emmanuel Jimenez stepping up. He grounded out last time. Let's see what he can do in this at bat. He's got runners in scoring position, but there's nobody out. First pitch, it misses low and outside for ball 1.
Jimenez, a Orlando, Florida native, attended Oak Ridge High School.
Smith getting set now. Ground ball down third base side, foul.
Good play by head coach Dan Blue in that third base coaching box to make the barehanded grab there. Soft hands.
Yeah, always good to have soft hands when you're over there on the third base side of the field. Smith is getting set here, gets a sign. Pitch is on its way here. It misses inside and low. 2-1 count.
Good hitters count, especially when you're already ahead 3-0. Now you have 2-1 count. You know Smith doesn't want to go 3-1, so you should get something pretty good to hit here.
Fourth pitch of the at-bat here to Jimenez. It's on its way as Smith gets a signal and throw. Popped out and out of play to the right field side.
Yeah, Byron, he got a good pitch to hit. I think he was a little bit surprised with how straight and true that ball stayed. Just didn't get around on it quick enough. So now 2-2, going to be a little bit more of a guessing game here.
Yeah, you can go anywhere here on 2-2, and let's see where Smith goes here with this pitch as he gets ready to throw it here. Misses high, so now it's a full count to Jimenez, 3-2.
This has been a pretty good at bat for Jimenez. I think, it would be a shame if he made an out without it being productive because he has had a good at bat. So let's see if he can finish it off. Full count. Caleb Smith, though, he's battling in this at bat. See if he can turn things around.
And both guys battling here. Let's see who wins it here. As we got 3-2 pitch on its way. Ground ball gets through, but the diving Leon can't make the play. Gets through to left field as Jimenez drives in the run. It makes it a 4-0 Catonsville lead. RBI single from Jimenez. He moves Swangner over to third. Runners on the corners, but still no outs.
That was a good at bat, a good finish to the at bat. By Jimenez. He just, basically went with what Smith gave him, put it past Leon in the 5.5 hole there, and brought in another run for the Cardinals.
Matthew Shepard stepping into the plate now. Let's see if he can rebound from his last at bat where he grounded out. And that was a shortstop last at bat. First pitch. Misses outside for ball 1.
This is the fifth batter of the inning. And except for a pitch that was a first pitch double by Swanger, Smith has only started ahead to one hitter.
Second pitch of the at bat now is blocked by Montanez, and it's going to be 2-0 now to Shepard.
This game is Smith's right now. We're in the 4th inning, nobody down, and there's nobody warming up in the Knights bullpen.
Oh, coach must want him to work through it on his own. But you got to want to see that, the resiliency from your pitcher.
Don't be surprised to see Jimenez running here as Smith checks up on him over there. Jimenez, not extremely fleet of foot. However, with the 6'5" frame, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get him in motion. He has 4 steals this year, hasn't been caught yet.
That pitch is also high. And now we've got a 3-0 count to Shepard here. He's done a good job of working the count this at bat. Not seeing anything he likes so far. And now with runners on the corners here and nobody out, let's see what happens as Smith is getting ready to find something here. Pitch on its way. And it's a 4-pitch walk. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out. And stepping up to the plate is Avery Rosania.
And Rosania coming up in the 9 hole. He's in a pretty good position. Nobody out. Just got to put the ball on the ground. As you see, the corners are up. The middle of the infield is staying back in double play depth.
Exactly what you want to do here. Pitch now. Fouled back to us. And that means that there's a 1-0 count now.
Yeah, not sure I understand that plate discipline there. You just watch a 4-pitch walk and pitcher's really not settled in yet. Got to take some pitches.
It definitely. Smith's second pitch. He held up on the swing there, and it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike now to Rosania.
Rosania played a lot this year thus far, but he's just batting .250. This isn't a bat that could be had by Smith.
Drives that one to right field. Catch is made out there by Lewis. but the runner is going to score from third. That's a sac fly RBI there. And that means Catonsville now has a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, Jimenez got over to third as well, so 2 out of 3 runners tagging up. Coming in to score is Swanger.
Very smart heads up base running there by both men as they both realized they could tag up and one advance and one get the run in. So now coming in is top of the lineup, Brady Adam, pitcher designated hitter.
Still just one down here, Byron.
Pitch misses inside for ball 1.
So whenever we get into situations like this, I love to see a double play because now we're just 2 hitters away from having to start scratching out numbers on our scorecard to continue an inning. I don't like doing that very often.
No, it's never fun over here. Indeed, I agree with you. Smith's second pitch is in, and it's a strike. 1-1 count here. Adams started the game in the first inning with a leadoff triple, and he then came around to score. He's looking to help himself out here again as his runners on the corners here with 1 out.
It'd be tough on a ground ball to double him up as he's coming out of that lefty box.
Pitch is away now, and that's hit out into center. And Jimenez comes around to score. Now we've got both Adam and Rosanya. Rosanya on second. And Adam on first after the RBI single there. Still 1 out.
It's Shepard on second base there. Rosanya had the sac fly. But Malagari comes up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 coming into this at bat.
It's throwing me out because I'm left-handed and I'm holding the mic in my left hand. I can't really write with the right hand, so I'm doing the best I can to keep up. First pitch is blocked there by Monson. That's a good job back there to block that 1-0 count to Joe Malagari.
And now it looks like there's going to be some action in the Knights bullpen. Looks like Franco Velasquez is going to go out there and start warming up for the Knights.
Probably a good call there to get somebody ready there in the bullpen. Smith pitch is away. That's going to catch the outside corner there. 1-1 count to Malagari. Malagari grounded out in both of his at-bats, 5-3 in the third, and he grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat of the first inning.
Malagari came into the game, 364 batting average. He's got a couple of homers, 16 RBI.
Pitch there.
Just a better job of hitting.
We're going to see what we're going to give that play here. Going to give it a base hit there to Malagari.
Yeah, I think even if Rodriguez plays that cleanly, he's going to have a tough play trying to get Adam coming into second base. I think that's a good call by the scorer. That's a base hit. That's an infield hit. Everybody
move stations now as the bases are loaded with just 1 out. And stepping in is Carl Colbert.
The Cardinals are batted around now, Byron. 1 down. This is the 9th batter to the plate this inning.
And that can be good for Caleb Smith, but he's battling in there too as Smith pitches away, and Colbert swings and misses through the first one. 0-1 count to start the at-bat.
I feel like Smith hasn't done that enough. I mean, he doesn't, he's not up there throwing the ball in at 95, 96, but he's got hard enough heat that he can go up there and afford to challenge hitters, and I think he's shied away from that much this afternoon.
Yeah, he's gotten away from that, and now with things the way they are, as Colbert swings through the curveball, and it's an 0-2 count here. Anything close going to have to protect here. There's 1 out. Ground ball may get a run in, depending on where it is and how hard it's hit. We'll see as the pitch is getting ready to come in from Caleb Smith. Pitches away and it misses outside.
That's good. I like that spot. Maybe not quite that far out, but you definitely don't want that ball anywhere near the strike zone. 0-2.
I agree. Don't want to give him anything good to hit. 1-2 count here to Colbert. Colbert in the first inning, it got on base due to an error, and second at bat he grounded out. Pitch on its way. It's popped up.
That's infield fly, or it should be. It is.
Infield fire rules in effect as Nikic makes the play out there, corrals the ball, and there's 2 outs. Bases still loaded. Stepping up to the plate for the Cardinals is Ed Nottingham.
That was a good play there by Smith to get that pop-up. It's exactly what you wanted to see a few batters ago when the bases were loaded the first time. but he gets it here. And now Nottingham will try and do something with 2 outs and the bases juiced.
Yep, 2 outs. Everything's full, nowhere to put him. Let's see what happens. First pitch coming in now.
Good.
And that's going to be a strike. First pitch curveball, got it over. Nice job by Smith to get ahead early on.
It almost feels like in the last couple of batters, Smith has figured out how to pitch this team and how to pitch in this game. Mixing his pitches up and, throwing a fastball and a curveball count and vice versa.
So it seems he's done a good job mixing his pitches as that one is driven to left field and it's going to fall in for a base hit. And the second runner is going to come home to score now. So a 2 RBI single there from Nottingham. And Catonsville's jumped out to 6.
It is 8-0.
8-0 lead now. Catonsville's really putting it on the Knights right now, and this inning will continue. Catonsville's really starting to feel themselves over there on that bench.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that leadoff triple, really I'm trying to figure out, I don't think there's been many hard, just taking advantage of what they're given, and they are pounding that 5.5 hole in there between Leon and Rodriguez. I probably think, as we see strike on the outside corner, probably of their 8 hits this afternoon, I would venture to say 5 of them have gone through.
And, I mean, no matter how you get the hits, you're getting the hits and you're getting the runs in. That's what's important. 8-0 lead for Catonsville. This Matt Thomas is up now with an 0-1 count here. Second pitch of the at-bat's on its way. That is also a strike on the outside corner. 2 straight pitches to the corner now. 2 straight strikes. You think he's looking inside here for this last one?
I think he is, and I think Smith has got to be careful not to get cute here. Go on the outside again, go farther outside, keep it off the plate, keep him guessing.
Pitch from Smith now. This one's also outside, and it misses low and outside. 1-2 count.
A breaking ball there, Byron. He probably missed the plate by a foot, but that's where you want the eyes to be. That's where you want Thomas's eyes to be. Now, if you want to take a shot coming inside, you can. I would stay on the outside portion, though.
Everything's been outside. Let's see what happens on this pitch. Step off. And let's take a bit of a breather here. Regain your base. As Thomas is in a 0-2 hole here, or 1-2 hole, rather. Montanez set up on the outside corner. Smith the pitch. Misses low again. Montanez with the block, and it's even at 2.
So now you have to come back. Now you've gone outside 4 pitches in a row. Now it's time to challenge the batter. He hasn't taken the bait. Now you got to come inside or show him something up around the letters, try and get it by him.
Yeah, you got to do something here. Like you said, he's thrown everything outside this at bat. Got to think at some point he's going to want to work it inside here. As Smith throws the pitch, ground ball hard to third. Leon throw over to first, and he got him. That's going to retire the side, but Catonsville explodes for runs, and they've jumped out to an 8-0 lead here, and we are going into the bottom half of the 4th inning. We'll be right back with bottom half of the 4th for CCBC Essex. We're back here at CCBC Essex. Byron Reed calling the fourth inning. As in the top half, we saw Catonsville explode for 6 runs, and now the Knights are looking to get things started here with J.D. Bruck. First pitch from Adam is low and inside for ball 1. Second pitch from Adam, still working quick. Strike 1 there.
If you're the Cardinals head coach, Dan Blue, you like that to see your lefty continue to work quick after an inning like the Cardinals just had. A ball low in the zone, 2-1.
2-1 count now. Adam continues to work quick, and I think that has really been what's given the Essex offense fits here as the pitch comes in, and this one is high.
I know Brock. I know he's probably going to be anxious to get on base here, but he's got good plate discipline. Look for him to take a pitch here. He is not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
It's a 3-1 count here as the pitch from Adam comes in, popped up.
Proves me totally wrong.
Over there to center, looks like. Yep, that is Jimenez out there making the play, and for the first out of the inning.
That's been something I think that's hampered this Knights team all year long. They're so anxious to get on, to get things started, that you start to lose sight of it's 3-1. You're a good hitter. You can hit with 2 strikes. Take that pitch. If it's a strike, live to see another pitch. I didn't like that at bat at all.
Now Mitch Fife steps up. First pitch is inside for a ball. Fife struck out in his first at bat, and hopefully he's going to want to try to not do that again in this one. He sees a strike here, counts even at 1. Pitch from Adam is low for ball 2.
Yeah, again, I'm still trying to get used to this zone. That's a pitch that ordinarily we see called as a strike. Of course, Fife, he'll take it, but you got to be careful not to let that pitch go again.
Of course, 2-1 count here. Pitches away. Grounded foul to the right side of the field. Barely made contact there with the ball, though. Like you said, it was cued off. It's a cue shot almost down there, right side of the field. Now it's 2-2 count here. Adams steps in, delivers, and sits him down with the curveball.
It's been all afternoon. He's even or ahead in the count. He's going to throw that hook.
And that's Fife's second strikeout of the day. Now what you want to see in your first 2 plate appearances.
Number 5 for Adams.
Pop up there, over to Jimenez, calling him off. Jimenez makes the play, and the inning, just like that, is over. So after 4 innings, the Catonsville Cardinals lead the Essex Knights 8-0. We'll be right back with the 5th inning and Rocco Jeppe on the call.
We're back live here at CCBC Essex Stadium where the Knights trail 8-0. We're in the top of the 5th now, and leading things off, Dalton Swanger. Last inning in that 6-run 4th, he had a double and scored. Smith has the sign he wants. Now the pitch. And first pitch swinging. Swanger sends that one down the right field line into the Cardinals bullpen. Foul ball and a strike one.
And after we saw the Cardinals explode for 6 runs in their last offensive inning, they're looking for more and try to put this game out of reach as we're getting close to the 7th inning, and that 10-run rule is going to come into effect here if things continue the way they have.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging strike on the high fastball. Had a little bit of late bite to it there. So now 0-2. In his first at-bat, Swanger in the first inning, he did strike out. Smith looking to notch another one here. Just off the corner. Umpire's been calling that corner, but that one just seemed to miss by a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Swanger.
Yeah, everyone thought that was a strike, including us over here.
1-2. Good curveball. Gets him swinging for out number 1.
That's exactly what you want to see from Smith after coming out and in that last offensive inning for Catonsville, allowing a ton of runs, come back and get a strikeout, set the tone for the rest of this inning.
Second strikeout from Smith. Both of them have been to Swanger. And here's Emmanuel Jimenez, the center fielder for the Cards. Emmanuel in that 4th inning, he singled, had an RBI single and scored a run. He also grounded out to short in the 2nd, sends one to right center field, giving chases Fife and Lewis. That's going to fall in there. Lewis is going to dig it out, gets it back in, and pulling up at second base with a 1-out double is Jimenez, who put a ride into that ball.
He definitely put a charge into that one, Rocco, and I thought that was going to get out of here. But if the wall was maybe a few feet shorter, we'd have been talking about a solo home run.
Yeah, I think it's the one good thing the Knights have going for them playing here is they definitely have the home field advantage. It's a very big stadium. The fences are not close here in Essex. And stepping up now is Shepard. He's 1 for 2. He had a walk and scored in the 4th. That's low for ball 1. Jimenez at second, 1 down. Cardinals lead it 8-0 here in the top of the 5th. Smith checks Jimenez. Now comes to the plate. High pop foul. Leon has plenty of room. And as the ball started to tail back into fair territory, just on the outer left field portion of the grass, Leon brought it back in for out number 2.
Good play there by Leon to adjust to the ball, tailing back towards fair territory, using 2 hands, clasping it for that out. Number 2 on the inning.
So now with 2 outs, it'll be Rosanya. He had a sacrifice fly to right field that scored a run in the 4th. He also flied out to left field in his first at-bat of the 2nd inning. First pitch takes a ball on the outside portion. Smith sets, checks Jimenez, now delivers. Outside again, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. The Knights trying to blank the Cardinals for just the 2nd inning today. Smith sets. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch. He's gone to the outer part of that plate all inning long. Getting a little gun shy.
It's kind of weird that Rosanya swung at that one after watching the first 2 go by. I don't wonder what that's all about.
Let's see what Smith decides to do here. Good curveball. The umpire tries to ring him up again, and for the 2nd time in this game, that's only strike 2.
A little premature there on the call.
I like his enthusiasm.
Gotta love it.
See, now if you're Rosanya, you're nervous too, because now you don't want to strike out. You know, he's already given you the call. Swung on a looper. over Nakic's head and into the Bermuda Triangle. They're going to try and score him. Here's the Lewis throw. That should have been cut. It gets through the legs and past the backup of Smith. And going all the way to second is Rosania. You got to play fundamental baseball. Yeah, that ball was just a dying quail into the Bermuda Triangle. Nakic had no play. Coming on from right field, Lewis got to it. Didn't really have a play at home. No cutoff man. Got by the catcher, got by the pitcher, and Rosania moves up to second base.
Yeah, that throw's got to get cut off. It's way too deep to even have a chance of getting the play at the plate there. So, unfortunately, now there's runner on second, and there's 2 outs here in the inning, so they still got a chance to get another run.
Credit Rosania with his second RBI today, and here's Adam looking to add to help his cause. It's 9-0 Cardinals. Fisted to the second baseman, Nakic. He's got to hurry, though to first gets him by a step, and that'll end the inning. So the Cardinals come up with another run on another hit. 4.5 we've played. Cardinals 9, Knights 0. All right, we're back live. Montanez will lead things off for the Knights. A new pitcher for the Cardinals, Carson Pinckney. So shut the day on Adam. He'll remain in the game at the designated hitter spot inside for ball 1. Pinckney, Brady Adam went 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, didn't allow a hit or an earned run. The second pitch to Montanez goes straight up, and the first baseman calling for it, Nottingham, hauls it in. 2 pitches, 1 out.
I'm working on it. Okay.
So here's Handy Rodriguez. He'll step up to the plate. Rodriguez in his last at bat struck out against Adam.
And the line on Pinckney coming into today's game, he's got a 4.74 ERA with 50 strikeouts, 10 walks, and he's given up 40 hits and allowed 27 runs.
Line drive, base hit past the second baseman, and Handy Rodriguez definitely inside out at that one. Past Rosania, who was just as fooled as everybody else as that ball shot his way. So a 1 out single for the tall shortstop.
That's their first solid base hit all day. Hopefully that'll wake up this night's offense.
That's their first base hit of the day. It's a foul ball to Fisher. So the first hit after going 4 1/3. One down. Here's Fisher. He struck out his last time up. One strike. Pinckney checks Rodriguez at first. Now he sets at the chin. Tight curveball, but it dipped just a bit too low and too quickly, even up the count at 1. Pinckney checking on Rodriguez over there, who at 6'3" just had to kind of pivot and lay down to be able to touch the bag.
Making sure he's not going anywhere. Keep him honest over there.
Fisher chasing that ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pinckney's got the one he likes. Comes set. Now the pitch. And Fisher fouls that one off. Back behind home plate. We'll do the 1-2 count again.
And after that first hit from Rodriguez, we look for this Essex offense to try and keep the momentum going. Got time still to get back in this game.
High pitch to the short, 6-4-3. Double play, a good scoop by Nottingham, and that will end the inning. It went Colbert to Rosagna to Nottingham. The Knights, no runs, 1 hit. We head to the top of the 6th. It's still Cardinals 9, Knights 0. All right, we're back live here. Getting ready to start the top of the 6th inning, and here to tell you all about it is Byron Reed.
Thank you, Rocco. Top of the 6th, we've got Catonsville out on a 8-0 lead here. And Caleb Smith is gone from the game. He went through 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 9 runs. 7 of those were earned. First pitch of the at-bat is a strike. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts to finish out Caleb Smith's day. Taking over for him is Franco Velazquez. Second pitch of the at-bat. Now it's high and popped up. Rodriguez calling off Leon. Rodriguez hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, call there by Rodriguez. Velazquez comes into the game. He leads the team in ERA with 3.28 ERA. 35 2/3 innings. He's allowed 13 earned runs, 29 hits, 31 strikeouts. He's walked 22 batters and has a 7.82 strikeout per 9 ratio.
That was Malagari who popped out. Carl Colbert stepping in. First pitch swings through the high one on the inside, and it's going to be strike one. Seen Velasquez miss some bats in his first two batters, so that's a good sign. Second pitch of the at bat from Velasquez is inside. Little Olay there from Colbert as he gets out of the way. 1-1 count.
Colbert, one of just a couple of Cardinals without a hit today.
That curveball also misses as he didn't get on top of it. Misses high. 2-1 count now to Colbert.
Officially, Colbert 0 for 3 today, but he does have a run scored. He reached on an error in the first inning.
Pitch from Velasquez is low on the outside there. We've seen that called a strike earlier in this one, but not this time as it's 3-1. Velasquez with the pitch of the at-bat. Pops it up. It's getting foul on the right field side, and that's going to stay foul. Out of play. Counts full at 3-2. Fighting off some tough pitches here is Colbert. Velasquez comes ready with the 3-2. Misses high and outside, ball 4. And it's a good way to start off the inning if you are Catonsville. See a few pitches from the new guy. Take a look at his stuff, see what he's got. You got a runner on first now. Stepping into the plate is Ed Nottingham.
And Nottingham 2 for 3 coming in this at bat. 3 RBIs, 2 singles, and a run scored.
He's had a very productive day, both at the plate and on base as well. Like you said, getting a run as well. And that first pitch is popped to right field. It's going to be trouble out there. Drifting all the way into foul territory. And that looks like it did get out of play. So it did get out of play. So it's going to be a 0-1 count to Nottingham. That's one way to start off in that bat. Make it a little interesting. Nottingham in the box. Velasquez set up in the stretch. Takes a look over there at first and deals. Strike 2. High outside.
Yeah, it's that high strike. It's been called all afternoon. Nottingham probably doesn't agree with it, but it's been there all day.
Been there all day, and at some point, you got to take a swing at it at least once, I would think, see what you can do with it. Pitch in from Velasquez. Curveball is blocked by Montanez.
Yeah, I like that pitch call there. I'd like to see a little bit more velocity on it. It was, more of a, 0-2 pitch is a garbage pitch sometimes anyway, but that was a little bit too much of a garbage pitch. He's got a better curveball than that he could have thrown there.
1-2 count here. Velasquez gets him to swing through the fastball there, and that's going to be a strikeout.
I like that. When he throttled back just enough, he has a little bit of deception in his delivery anyway, so he's able to bring back the heat a little bit and get the strikeout. So
Nottingham strikes out. We've got 1 out. Runner on first is Colbert. Stepping into the plate is Matt Thomas, the catcher.
Grounded out to Leona's last at bat. That was back in the 4th inning.
First pitch is low outside for ball 1.
Consistent. Every other pitch, it's a called strike on that spot.
I was just going to make a comment about that as well. We've seen that low pitch be called a strike plenty of times earlier in the ball game, and now it seems like we're getting away from giving them that low strike.
Colbert's still on first base.
Second pitch from Velasquez. It's popped foul to the right side. Way out there on the right side, back in the trees over here. And now we've got a 1-1 count as Velasquez gets a sign from Montanez. He sets Colbert with the lead over at first. Pitch is on its way here, and it's going to miss outside. 2-1. You've seen Essex have a bit of trouble here on the offensive side. Their defense has been okay when they've got the chance to show what they can do sometimes in this game, but that pitch is going to be popped up and out of play behind us on home plate. And the count stays at 2-2 here. Catonsville looking to get that 10th run here in this inning. Bring the 10-run rule into effect as Velasquez deals. Another one, so we'll do it again. Another one pop foul.
Thomas really showing he has no intent of giving in this at bat. Velasquez showing the same thing. He just keeps putting him in good spots. Thomas able to flip him foul. And we'll see who wins this battle here in a few moments.
Yeah, and baseball is all about the battle between the pitcher and the batter. And we're seeing a good one right here. Another 2-2 pitch here as Velasquez gets ready to throw it. And that
he was
looking for that one, and trouble out there in the outfield as it's going to get down. And the runner from first, Colbert's going to score all the way from first. And Thomas wins the battle big time and gets to second.
He ends up at second base, so RBI double. Fife shaking up on the play. Got in between him and Bruck, and I think Bruck was kind of surprised himself by getting to that one so quickly. Fife kind of came out of nowhere and took control. The ball fell in between the two of them. So now Thomas on at second base with an RBI double and 2 outs.
Yeah, you got to communicate, especially out there in the outfield, to avoid situations like that. Someone's got to take charge, make a play on the ball. But regardless, that run came in, and now we've got Dalton Swanger up with a runner on second. Time now as Velasquez asked for Montanez to come out for a brief discussion, obviously how they're going to continue with the rest of this inning and this at-bat. What do you think they're going to do here, Rocco?
You know, he's been pounding the strike zone pretty well since he entered the game this inning. I think he's going to go after him. I think you have to go after a hitter like Swanger. Didn't come in with huge numbers as he starts him off with a first pitch strike there. He does have 3 home runs on the season, but he's also batting .265, 16 strikeouts in 49 at bats. So you know he'll chase, you know he'll strike out. I think they're just going to be aggressive here. As you said, aggressive, probably a good way to go as they got the first pitch over for a strike. Check over there to second and the throw. Shot out there to center field. Going back is Fife. He got down, and that means that Swanger's going to replace Thomas at second base for another RBI double here for Catonsville, and that's going to be 11-0 now for Catonsville. It's been a really, really rough day for Essex all around on offense and on defense. I just missed his spot. I mean, you know, it's one thing to be aggressive, but it's another thing when you're not hitting your spots and you're leaving them up, and they're looking for that. They're looking for the pitches up out of the zone to pound them. Those last 2 hitters there, Swanger and Thomas, have shown us that.
Yeah, they have, and now Jimenez gets to show what he can do here with a runner on second after the double. Foul ball back behind us here, starting off the at-bat with an 0-1 count.
And I think that's one thing that's got to be explained to both Caleb Smith, the starter today for Essex, and Velasquez as well, is that they surprisingly had started off to a good number of batters today with first pitch strikes. Of course, Smith in the 4th inning didn't do a good job of it that inning, but it's how to build off of that. How, you know, when you start ahead of a hitter and you get there 0-1, how do you build off of that? What do you do next? What is your catcher calling? What are your strengths and weaknesses? You know, those are the things that have to be discussed.
Yeah, and everybody's got to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. The catcher especially has to know for the pitcher. They can relay them the information as that last pitch is also going to be fouled off, and it's going to be an 0-2 count here to Jimenez. He's got a runner on second with 2 outs.
And I think here's a perfect example. You know, he throws that ball in the outer part to Jimenez. It was actually a good pitch. It had the outer third of the plate. And Jimenez didn't get around on it in time, cued it foul. So you got to go back outside again, try and get him to chase something down.
That pitch is high. It's going to miss for a ball, so it's a 1-2 count now.
I think if they go outside with a curveball here, they start it over the plate and let it break outside. I think Jimenez would chase that and allow you to get out of the inning.
Yeah, and at this point, you don't want to get out of the inning and try to limit the damage to just 2 here in the inning. So got to see what happens here. This pitch is going to be on the outside corner. Ring them up. The inning is going to be over. And with that, Catonsville has an 11-0 lead here. We'll be right back with the bottom half of the 6th inning, and I'll be giving you the call for that one as well. We're back here for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Byron Reed alongside Rocco Jeppy giving you the call on what's been a very one-sided affair in the matchup of CCBC teams. Catonsville has an 11-0 lead. First pitch is inside for a ball.
Santos leading things off. He had a walk in his only at bat back in the 3rd inning.
Second pitch is also inside, but this one's called a strike. It's a little less inside than the last one. As the first one, Santos had to duck out of the way of it. This one looks like caught the black, so it's a 1-1 count. Still working quick for the Catonsville pitchers, and there's the second strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Pinckney really taking advantage of the hitter's aggressiveness there, keeping it down low. Even if he would have touched it, he probably would have pounded it into the ground for a ground out.
Nothing you can do with that one, as that's going to be another strikeout for Catonsville's pitching staff tonight. Santos is down on strikes, and there's 1 out. Coming up next for the Knights is Nick Leon.
That pitch was just nasty from Pinckney. Had really good late break on it, and I think even if Santos was looking for that pitch, he wouldn't have been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, and it's always tough when you find a pitch, or you think you found a pitch that you can hit anyway, and nothing happens with it. So Nick Leon is in the box, the third baseman. Time was called, but I think we're ready to go here. Leon steps in. Pinckney from the windup. Swings through the first one, strike 1.
Just good movement on those pitches and keeping them out of the strike zone. They start, borderline in the strike zone and then just dip out. Good shot inside.
Another strike there on the inside, and Pinckney's done a really good job getting ahead early and staying ahead. Jumps out to an early 0-2 count. Third pitch of the at-bat here from Pinckney. Strike 3, sit down. Swings through the pitch in the dirt, and that's 2 straight strikeouts to start the inning there. As Pinckney is not playing any games here, trying to get this inning over with.
That was just filthy. That was absolutely filthy. I don't think I can add anything to that.
Sometimes all needs to be said. Straight filth out there in the mouth from Pinckney. as we're back to the top of the lineup, and Lewis gets hit by the first pitch he sees right in the shoulder, upper back area, it looks like.
Yeah,
So
that hit him right in the top of the 8. Yeah. There's a lot of bass noise coming out of that one.
And after that, Corey Lewis is going to be on first base with 2 outs. And coming up to the plate now is J.D. Bruck, looking to get some offense here and try and get a run or something. He's got to find something here. Pinckney in the stretch now. It's inside for a ball.
Yeah, he goes tight to Bruck again here. But keep watching that outside corner. I'm going to guarantee you see something out there soon.
There's another one inside for a strike. Counts even at 1. We've seen the last 3 pitches from Pinckney be inside. The first of those hit Corey Lewis. Seems like he's going to work that inside as the third pitch is away. That one drops in there for a strike. Nice curveball there from Pinckney. As it's now a 1-2 count. These Catonsville pitchers are working pretty quickly here in this inning, as they have all game for that matter. Here we go. Pitches away, swings through it, and that's going to do it for the inning as Bruck strikes out. So the Knights get 1 man. They leave him on base after the hit by pitch, but still no runs to show for it, as Catonsville will come up into the top of the 7th, leading 11-0. We'll be back with the top of the 7th inning, and Rocco Jeffy on the call.
All right, we're back live here, top of the 7th inning. New pitcher on for the Knights, Victor Feliz. Franco Velasquez out after 1 inning. He gave up 2 earned runs on 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and walked the batter. Victor Feliz on now. He'll take on Matt Shepard, who's set to start off the inning for the Cardinals. And we'll have you Feliz's numbers in just a moment. Shepard popped out to third baseman Leon his last time up. Officially, he's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored this afternoon. Here's the first offering from Feliz, is low and outside for a ball.
And checking out the numbers for Feliz, he's been through 26 2/3 innings, got 31, gave up 31 hits. He's got a 4.73 ERA and 20 strikeouts on the season.
Feliz goes outside again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Here to Shepard, top 7. The pitch. Good pitch. Bit of a breaking ball there. Tailed back in to the hitter in the right-hander's batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike. The sun beginning to set behind home plate of CCBC Essex Stadium here. That ball lifted to left center field. Bruck and Fife converge, and it'll be Fife coming on to make the catch. 1 down here in the 7th.
That was a high pitch. I thought Shepard was going to drive that somewhere. Unfortunately for him, got under it a tiny bit. And that was enough to get the fly out.
So Rosania, he'll step up to the plate for the Cardinals, the second baseman. Reached base last inning. stranded at second base. He's got two RBI on the day. Ball one taken.
And he's one of many to get an RBI today for this Catonsville team. Who hasn't gotten an RBI for them?
Strike on the outside part. Count even at 1 now. Catonsville ahead 11-0 here in the top of the 7th. Good curveball. I'd check down to first base. They elect not to. He probably did check his swing, but I'd have to take a look anyway. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Rosania. Right-handed hitting second baseman of the Cardinals. Inside and tight. Ball 3-1 to the 9th-place hitter here for the Cardinals.
With the lead the way it is, you don't want it to get any more out of hand by letting a guy get on base due to a walk. You got to try and keep things in check here. If you can get 2, you're still in the game in the bottom half of the inning.
And that one not even close, low and outside as Martinez will chase it down. And so 1-out walk to Rosania. Brings up Brady Adam. Adam went 4 innings to start this game, 5 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. Relieved by Pinckney. He stays in the game as he's the designated hitter as well. So with Rosania at first base, 1 down, Adam looking to add to his collection today. He's got a triple, an RBI. Officially 2 for 4 today. Strike on the outside part.
Good job to get that hit there by Feliz. Runner on base. They want to do that and try and get that double play to get out of the inning.
Here's the 0-1 pitch by Feliz. Pops him up left field. Bruck under it. Tailing to his right a bit, but he's there for the out. Out number 2.
Didn't get the double play that I'm sure he was looking for, but they got the out. So regardless, it's going to work out in their favor as the runner won't advance. There's 2 outs, runners on first base.
Malagari to the plate. Malagari, no hits today. He has grounded out twice and popped out to the shortstop. 2 down now. There's a line drive down the right field line, fading out of play. Rosania will retreat back to first base. Feliz will get a new ball and be ahead in the count 0-1. Ball in the dirt. Martinez, a good play to keep it there. Good block. Even the count now at 1.
Yeah, good job sliding over there and making the block there by Montanez. Really nice stuff to see back there from your catcher. He hasn't allowed any pass balls today, I don't think.
Nope, he's kept everything corralled. Unfortunately, most of them have gone out that way, up the middle. Diving effort from Nakic keeps it close to the infield rather. So Rosania, no chance to go to third on the hit. It is a hit nonetheless for Malagari, his first of the afternoon. And the Cards has something going here in the 7th. Already 11-0. That'll bring Colbert up to the plate, as we said earlier. Leads the team with 9 home runs. He has 29 RBI.
I'll be looking for more here if you're Catonsville, trying to extend this lead and make it that was more difficult for Essex in the bottom half to get runs to stay in this game.
Colbert watches ball 1 low and away. Officially, Colbert is 0 for 3 today. He's reached on an error and he's walked both times he scored. In between that, grounded out to third baseman and popped up to the second baseman, Nakic. Swing and a miss on a good off-speed pitch from Feliz.
You definitely saw him take a healthy hack at that one. Definitely looking fastball.
1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cardinals in control, 11-0. Right back up the middle. There's Rodriguez. He'll step on the bag at second to get the force play, and that'll end the inning. The end of the 7th, no runs on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Cardinals 11, Knights 0. The Knights will need 2 to keep this game going. Back in the bottom of the 7th inning, Mitch Fife will lead things off for the Knights. And it's going to be strike 1 to start the at-bat. Fife not having a good afternoon. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts coming into this at-bat. Digs in. Pinckney now. Good pitch. That ball looked like it was going to come inside on Fife, and it just straightened right up. Good breaking ball from Pinckney. Now ahead 0-2. Got him swinging. Strike 3, so 3 plate appearances today, 3 strikeouts for Fife. Not the afternoon he wanted. 1 down here in the 7th. Knights just 2 outs to work with. They trail 11-0 and must get 2 runs here in the 7th in order to avoid the 10-run rule. Nakic to the plate now. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, and you never want to get 10 run, but it looks like if they don't find a way to get a run across, too, it's not going to matter.
You know, not only do you not want to get 10 run, you don't want to get 10 run by a conference or divisional opponent, but you don't want to do it either when it's your intra-campus rival, as Nakic fouls that one behind home plate, 1-1. You know, and it doesn't matter what kind of a season any of these 3 ball teams are having at CCBC. Anytime they play each other, they want to beat each other. And to go down to the Cardinals 11-0 today, I'm sure that the Knights would be extremely upset with that, as Nakic grounds one to short, picked up off a couple of hops, thrown over to first by Colbert. Good play by Nottingham to give him a bit of a stretch. So it goes 6-3, the put out, and the Knights down to their final out.
That was a good play over there by Colbert, making the play on the chopper and getting the throw over there quickly, but not in a hurry, to get that second out of the inning.
Here's the catcher, Chase Montanez, to try and continue the game for the Knights. Sends it down the left field line and foul. Not by much, I could tell you that. That was close. Ball broke low and in. Montanez dropped the barrel, took it down the left field line. Probably foul by about a foot, if that. 0-1.
They did a good job of fighting it off, though, and going with it, for that matter. Getting that front leg out and pulling it towards left field. Unfortunately, it just looked foul.
Pinckney wasting no time, goes right into his windup. The pitch, grounded foul down the third baseline. So it's 0-2 now to Montanez. Pinckney goes into the windup. The pitch Swing and a miss. And that will do it. And this ball game will end after 7. The line score, Catonsville finishes 11 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Knights, no runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. Time of the game, 2 hours, not even 2 hours, I'm sorry, 1 hour, 50 minute game time today. Winning pitcher today for the Cards, Brian Adam. He went 4 innings with 5 strikeouts, no earned, no hits. A losing pitcher, Caleb Smith of the Knights, 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 10 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned. So that'll do it here from CCBC Essex Stadium. From my broadcast partner, Byron Reed, this is Rocco Jeppy saying so long and thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.